My name is Mike John. We're sitting on John Ranch Incorporated in Huntsville, Missouri. We're a commercial cow-calf retained ownership operation. I also, for the last 21 years, have been the manager of MFA's Health Track program. I've got some past experience in association leadership. I was president of Missouri Cattlemen's in '96. I was chair of the Beef Industry Council and NCBA president in 2006. We've got 1,200 acres here, about a 450 cow operation, commercial cattle, mostly Angus. We've had some Simmental and some Hereford genetics, but we've retained ownership on all of our calf crops since the early 90s. It's interesting, this relationship with Transova started several years ago at a dairy conference in California. Had a conversation with a gentleman from Transova about this cow, this special cow that I had, and how we came about that cow. Matt and I kicked her out of the chute in 2016. She was actually a 1998 model. She didn't look 18 years old. So the only reason that she could have still been in the herd is that she had given me a calf every year that was at least in the top half of the index for the calf crop. So that's an amazing cow. I mean, she still had a great udder. So the conversation started, I'd like to replicate her. That was my whole thought process, that we need to replicate this cow. Well, in that conversation with the experts, we decided that she's old enough that we probably don't want to use her luteal material. So that started a conversation about how we would build some replacement heifers, build them the way we wanted them to. That's the first time in my adult life I'd ever had that conversation. You know, always before we'd talked about using certain sires with maternal traits, and then of course you've got the 50% bull calves and 50% heifer calves, so you've got to decide whether you're going to try to hit that terminal market or shoot for the maternal market or try to find some happy medium. I mean, I'd tried all of those things, but it just really intrigued me that we could, for the first time in my life, we could literally try to design replacement females that would work in fescue country in this part of the world. So we started that process. They found a cow herd, an Angus herd, that met all of my criteria, you know, for longevity and maternal size, and then a forage-based operation and all those kind of things, and collected oocytes out of the younger cows from that group, and then selected a couple of horned Hereford bulls that were specifically selected for their maternal traits, and even down to eye pigmentation and longevity and soundness and udder quality and all those things. And they sexed to that semen, and those embryos were the ones that we put in 3 years ago, and I ended up with 56 live calves out of that scenario. But that's basically the mindset in the discussion and how that whole process got started, and to me it has turned out perfectly. The easy fleshing condition and the maternal size of these heifers is amazing. It's exactly what we wanted. And for this second preg check, for this second calf crop, 100% of those girls got pregnant. Now, in my experience, that second pregnancy is the toughest one to get. And to get 100% of those girls rebred, I think is a fantastic testament to the reason that you would go about doing a program like this. Most cow-calf producers, if they really were honest with themselves, they have to sell pounds, or they have to sell some kind of known genetic downstream quality, either in growth, feedlot performance, feed efficiency, or frankly in carcass value. And so we make decisions for everything but maternal traits. It's a profit-centric decision. You're deciding what the bulk of the crop that you create, how you're going to market that crop. So I think that this tool that I used and that we used in our partnership with Transova, I think it is one tool that a person could use to really solve that problem. I would say that because of Transova's involvement in this process, I got exactly what I was expecting. And that doesn't happen very often in our industry.